Hey, it's the Page Turners from Noreen here, and I'm gonna do a book review on
I love Katniss Everdeen, so you better back down, cause this is more than a fling.
Yes, it's the Mockingjay book, the third and final book of the Hunger Games trilogy by Suzanne Collins. Sahina, my other partner, will do the review on Hunger Games and Catch Fire, so this is just the next review. Yeah, so I've given this 5 out of 5 stars. There's no question about it. There's no doubt why I would give it. Actually, no. I'm actually giving a new rule. This is 6 out of 6 stars. It deserves it. So, as you know, the normal procedure, I will give a quick synopsis of the review of the book, and then I will go into reviewing it. So, it picks up straight away from book 2. So in order for you to read this, you need to read obviously the book number 1 and 2. Those people who haven't read it, please do go out and buy it or borrow it from the library, because it's one of the books. It's a must read. You have to read it. I'm sure you heard all the hype about it. Oh, this book also is priceless to me because it has Effie's signature. I went to the Hunger Games. Me and Sahina and a couple of other friends went to the Hunger Games premiere in London on Wednesday, and yeah, we met the stars. I'll put the link below to our journey to the premiere, which is on my other YouTube account. But yeah, I'm sure Sahina has talked about this already. This book picks up from the second book, and it's straight away. So because the second book does lead a little bit of confusion, just what just happened, but they do explain it in this book. It's a revolution book. It's a rebelling. The citizens are rebelling. There's a lot of mini revolts that are happening in this book. They did happen throughout in Catching Fire, but it wasn't, the readers wasn't told in great detail of what was happening. But this book, we know that each district, such as District 8 and District 11, are having mini revolts, and basically in this book, Katniss is the figurehead of these revolts, and she's told in this book to lead all districts, and District 13, which we come to realise in this book is still alive, to rebel against the capital. So the review of the book, well, as I normally go on, I'll talk about the characters first. I love Katniss. She's one of the best female roles. All the dystopian books that I read, she's one of the best female characters to have been created. She's strong, she's clever, she's at times can be funny. I think she's like the perfect role for every young girl. There's nothing bad that I can say about her. I love her bow and arrow skills, I love her hunting skills, I love her climbing trees, I love her you know, the ability to think on her feet. She's perfect. The next character, Peter, oh my god, I love him. He's so sweet. That's just one word that sums him up. He's sweet. Other words as well, such as he's generous and he's kind, he's loving, he cares for Katniss, he's true to himself. That is one boy that is true to himself throughout the whole books of book 1 to book 3. I think Suzanne Collins has created both two characters that are perfect. In my opinion, they're perfect. Those are the two characters that I love to read about. Not these, like, you know, kind of female characters, damsel in distress, and a guy who's wishy and like he cries at everything. No, these are the two characters. Peter and Katniss are perfect. They should be, those kind of characters should be in every kind of book. We also introduced to a new character called Coin, or President Coin. She is the head of authority for District 13. I like her as well. She's a female version of President Snow. She's really manipulative. She's evil, just as him. Although he's evil up front, he doesn't hide anything about it. She's evil, secretive, and she's very manipulative. I think both of them should have like a dual battle or something. But yeah, I like her. I like the way that Suzanne Collins had brought a female aspect into an evil role. The way she's described as well, parallel version of President Snow. Like, both of them are grey, but they have grey hair. Both of them are like very stiff and cold. But whereas he's wearing fancy dresses, she's wearing a very kind of plain outfit. They both stand for different things in the presence that you see with how they're described. Ultimately, they both want similar things, such as power. That's the main kind of aim and element towards their characters. That's how it's portrayed. The way that this book is written, like how Suzanne Collins wrote The Hunger Games and Catching Fire, it's brilliant. I mean, it's readable, it's easily readable, it flows from one to the next. There's not little description, and there's not too much description. It's perfect. The amount that she writes, the way she describes it is perfect. You can understand it easily. Particular aspects of the book that I liked personally, when we were introduced to District 13, which we previously in book 1 and 2 were told that, you know, they're eradicated, they disappeared, just like how the citizens of Panama are brainwashed by the capital. Us as readers, we're brainwashed by the capital as well. What they're saying is they've gone. But no, in the third book, they're alive. They're just an underground district, and they're preparing themselves to revolt. So I like that when we were introduced to the new district, and the people there, and Coin, and how they live their lives. Another aspect that I liked of the book is when Katniss takes her crew, which also includes Gale and another character called Boggs, which is the head of the crew, to go and fight the capital and kill, and her main aim is to kill President Snow. I also like that because there's a lot of action, there's a lot of stuff that happens within that sequence of events, and a lot of tragedy. My heart broke when there was a lot of people died in that kind of short amount of action and in that short period of time, and it was just heartbreaking to read it. But you have to go on, obviously. The book, it's mixed. It's got everything. It's got all three actually books have got action, love in it. They've got happiness in it. They've got all the genres are linked together. The book especially, it's just so sad. Like the moral of the story, she's saying, war is a fundamental consequences, and whatever, you know, whether you win or lose, it's going to have traumatizing and significant impacts on you, which is what happens to these characters. They're traumatized even towards the end, even towards when they grow up and have their own children. They're still traumatized, and there's a lot of tragedy. There's a lot of people dying in this book. It's good. It's a must read. Be prepared to have a box of tissue next to you, because it's literally heartbreaking, and that's what makes the book really good. Though it touches you personally. I mean, it touches on issues such as loyalty, war, and poverty, as well as touching on the fundamental aspect, in my opinion, of reality. This is what happens in everyday life, and Suzanne Collins cleverly writes it in a fictional story, but stuff like this happens. It's just brilliant, and I was nearly in tears at the end. That's how good it is. The cover of the book, obviously, it's red and orange to signify revolution, a new beginning, blood. I don't know what else to say, but yeah, this book is a must read, and you have to read it. If you haven't read this book and you've seen all these reviews, you know the review's gonna come out. Read the book. You won't be able to put it down, trust me. But yeah, that's all.
Gail, she's the hottest girl in District 12. What makes you think she could fall for